Delighted to say that we can welcome into our studio now last year's semi-finalist Milos Raonic. Had a good win today over Tommy Haas out on centre court. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you for having me. It's a beautiful day. It's an unexpected day here, let's say, at Wimbledon, at least in my short experience.
And just describe for us what it's like walking back out onto centre court, of course, where you achieved so much last year. What does it feel like when you walk out there?
It was great, really, to be out there where I won my quarterfinal last year and be able to play there again and just bring back good memories and sort of continue that storyline.
I know Mats has been having a great look at your serve over the last couple of days. In fact, you can ask him about it. But you know, everybody admires your serve so much. But how much does the grass actually help your serve? Because when I spoke to Andy Murray at Queen's, he was saying that mentally he approaches the serve in a very different way on a grass court to how he would on a hard or a clay court. So is that how you feel?
Well, actually, I had to learn, especially last year. I think that's what made a big difference for me, to approach it the same way. I sort of would sometimes, just because the grass will sort of slide away, maybe get a few free points, actually would hold back a little bit and try to be a little bit more accurate, where that wasn't my weapon.
Right.
So last year we put a big emphasis on pretty much serving hard all the time in practice to make it a habit on the grass, and then I've carried it through this year as well.
Oh, how fascinating.
I wanted to ask you, because I think a lot of people think, oh, on grass you need to have a big serve, it's a big advantage. Well, it's a big advantage anywhere, but it's not really on grass, because even bad servers like myself can hold serve easier on grass. Do you feel that too?
Yeah, it buys everybody a little bit of a bonus on their serve. So obviously, the big servers, the serve's already hard to sort of get back, so it just adds a little bit to it. Whereas the guys that aren't serving as well, or let's say the mid-range servers, it makes their serve go from average to above average. So it makes it hard on that end as well. So it's really about how everybody uses it. I think the main thing about on grass is being able to change it up.
Right.
I think if you have a good serve and you can only really hit maybe one or two spots, it's still going to be difficult, because the guy can guess there. He gets a good return once in a while at your feet, you're in trouble. When you can sort of mix it up in all the spots, that's where it makes the big difference.
Yeah. How much time do you spend practicing your serve compared to everything else that you're putting into your time on the court?
I think just sort of a normal time frame. I think it really goes on depending on what I want to improve at that moment. Yeah. This off season we spent extra time on my serve because I wanted to make it better, and I think I've increased my first serve percentages. Obviously, I think I'm up there with one of the better first serve win percentages. So I wanted to increase my first serve percentage in the court, and I think it's gone up quite a bit this year.
Yeah, we had Coco Vandeweghe in the studio earlier, who also has a big serve, and we were asking her how she practices it, and she puts the cans down. She said, I'm very accurate. I have competitions with my team for who can hit the cans quickest, and she said not many people can beat us. Is that what you do?
Oh, he must be unbelievable.
She was pretty confident about how many cans she can hit.
Because I don't do that actually against my team. I think we put just a single monetary value on each can, and if you can get it within a few serves.
Okay.
So
there is an incentive there.
Your coach Ivan Ljubicic, he must be pretty good at this stuff.
He's very good at this stuff, but he's normally not the one that gets in on the wagers. It's more Ricardo, and then it takes a while to get the dues out of him.
I want to ask you about the match against Tommy Haas, because obviously Tommy Haas is 37 years old. It's unbelievable that he's still playing. And then you go out and win 6-love, 6-2. What happens in that third set? Obviously, something happened.
I think it was just he stepped it up, but also I let him dictate a little bit too much. Yeah. I thought the way things were going, I didn't feel like I was demanding of myself enough to sort of stay on top of him. I was letting him control the center of the court more than I was. And then halfway through that fourth set, I had one game where I gave myself a love 30 opportunity, had a forehand at love 40. But I sort of started finding my range and my game at that point. I had a few match points before the tiebreak that sort of gave me an understanding of this is what I need to continue to do, where I might have lost that identity for a little bit there in the third set.
I've got to ask you about your next opponent, Nick Kyrgios, who we were watching down here on court 18. He's quite a quirky character. I know you faced him here last year, but we're kind of aware that he does a lot of talking in between points. Is that right? When you played him before, does he talk?
Does he talk to you?
Talk on
Honestly,
the court?
I'm probably the person that realizes I don't look across the net that much and these kind of things. I really just try to focus on things I can control and really try to keep things internal.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, a lot of my game is based around my serve, and nobody can really affect that. The ball's in my hand, I'll serve when I'm ready.
Right.
Okay.
So I tried to keep a lot of things very internal and on myself.
Yeah, you looking forward to the match?
Yeah, I am. We played twice last year. It's been a year since we played. A lot has changed for the both of us, so it's going to be a fun match.
Okay, we've got some Twitter questions for you here. Other than the top 4, who is the most difficult player to face?
Oof, I've had some great matches with Kay over the last year. I think every single match we've played, other than one, which was 2 tiebreaks, has gone into the final set, and a long 5-setter at the U.S. Open last year, and a long match here as well, and we've had some great matches.
Okay, and of course, unfortunately, he had to pull out today with that leg injury. Another question here: how do you prepare your hair ahead of a match?
Take a shower, put in the product, brush it, and that's it.
But we saw it on the practice court and you didn't have it.
No.
No. And the other thing, you don't have the sleeve on the practice court.
No, yeah. The sleeve
is it a superstitious thing?
No, the sleeve started as a medical thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I got a rash at Miami last year, and I was told to play with long sleeves, and it's like today.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that in Miami in March. And I came up with that idea watching basketball players, and then it stuck through then because it has become a comfort, and also it does absorb sweat the whole way, so it's like an extra long wristband.
Sweat.
There's a big aspect behind it as well.
Oh, okay, and it helps, obviously.
Yeah, it's a compression, so it feels good.
Okay, somebody else says, how are you going to celebrate Canada Day?
Oof, I got to recover. So I don't know if that's much of a celebration. I already did a little bit of an ice bath and so forth, but I don't think many people would define that as a celebration.
No,
Yeah.
Andy Murray does apparently.
What's that?
Andy Murray thinks going in the ice bath is a celebration because he turns it into a competition.
Oh, yes, he does.
He was on 8 degrees for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yeah, well, there's actually this whole thing which is called the cryo chamber, which is a room that's minus 120, and you try to hold 3 minutes in there. It's not water or anything, so it's actually the opposite of the ice bath, because ice bath, when you get in, the water around you heats up a little bit and it gets easier and easier.
Right.
Whereas the cryo chamber gets worse and worse because that air isn't warming up around you. It's just blowing at you cold air, and that I would say is very painful.
No, doesn't sound good. Well,
No.
we can't
It
persuade
works,
this.
though.
He won't get in one.
They work though, right? Yeah.
They work.
Yeah, okay.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so
Thanks
much
so
for
much,
coming to
Milos.
visit us.
Thank
We
you.
really
Thank you.
enjoyed talking
I
to
really
you,
appreciate
and
the time.
very best of luck with
Thank
the
you
next
very
one.
much.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. We'll see
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
okay,
you.
lovely to see you again. Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you very much.